Hey, Kimmy. It's been a while. I came to tell you that I'm going to be getting married soon. So, is it okay if I sent you a letter of invitation too? I was trying to think about who I wanted to invite to my wedding, and I felt like I should invite all my friends from high school.
What? You're having a wedding? Of all the people in the world. Color me surprised. And why are you inviting me? What are you trying to pull here? Who do you think you are? It seems you really don't know your place, nor do you realize who I am. Get a clue.
Huh? Kimmy?
Oh, and of all the times you could have invited me, it just had to be now. You know that my fiance called off our engagement, didn't you? Yeah, you invited me anyway on the day I was broken up with? Way to rub salt in the wound. Are you satisfied with yourself? You're unbelievable. What a horrible wretch you are. You've really showed your true colors to me. You're just the worst of the worst.
Wait, what? Really? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I honestly didn't realize your engagement fell through. I didn't mean to anger you.
Liar! You horrible, inconsiderate skank! You don't need to lie to me. You knew all about it, didn't you? That's why you decided to choose now of all times to tell me you were getting married. All just to rub it in my face. Why else would you be contacting me right now? You couldn't help but brag to me, could you? I never thought that the day would come that you'd think you were better than me.
No, you've got it all wrong. I honestly had no idea. I wouldn't have told you today if I'd known. I would have waited. I had absolutely no intentions of hurting you. It was just that I was thinking it'd be nice if all my friends from high school could be there on my big day. That's all.
Big day? I'm just telling you now, but just because you're getting a wedding doesn't mean you can get on your high horse. Even my fiance dumped me, a total beauty, and called off our engagement after all the time we spent together. So an uggo like you will definitely have your engagement called off too, and you'll be all weepy over it. You shouldn't have gotten your hopes up anyway, though. As if a gloomy uggo like you could ever get married anyway. It's a miracle you found anyone willing to humor you, but he'll throw you away before you know it.
Huh? That's so mean. What's gotten into you? We've been friends ever since high school, right? Why are you treating me this way?
Us? Friends? You were way uglier than me, so I thought I should take pity on you and let you into my friend group. I thought of our relationship as nothing more than charity work this whole time. Sorry to break the bad news. As if you could have ever been my friend.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So I can't believe an ugly old wretch like you would get married before me, when I was always way more popular than you. That's embarrassing. But that doesn't matter because it's definitely not going to work out. He's going to break up with you for sure. It's inevitable. But dream while you still can, you gloomy uggo. You'll see very soon that I'm right. And by the way, even if you manage to somehow have a wedding anyway, I will not be going. Oh my God, Kayla! Hi! I said such horrible and nasty things to you a while back. I'm so sorry about that. Could you forgive me? I don't know what got into me that day. It probably had to do with my engagement not working out. I kinda lost it there, I think. Sorry that you totally got the brunt of that. You're my super duper important friend, but I hurt you. And that's a big no-no.
Oh, I'm having some whiplash here. You seem pretty happy today, unlike last time.
Well, you can tell. After my engagement fell through, I met a new guy and oh my, he's just wonderful. We really hit it off. And before we knew it, we'd already gotten engaged and now a wedding is in the works. So just like you, I have a fiance now. Yay me!
Huh? Really? But it's only been a month. For you to get engaged with a totally different guy within that time frame is unbelievable. You were really speedrunning it.
Oh, really? I don't think it's anything special. He was a guy who was about to marry a half-baked uggo, so it was easy to snatch him up once I came into the picture. He was probably looking for a way out of his engagement, so it was easy as pie.
Wait, what? What do you mean, snatched? You stole him away from someone?
You see, I want to be the first to marry out of all my friends. I've always loved being number one, so I'm very competitive. My dream has always been to marry a man before anyone else so everyone could look at me with envy, knowing that I had what they could only hope to obtain. And yet, not only did my engagement not work out, you announced your upcoming wedding that same day. And that really got me thinking. After all this, how could I still come out on top? But it was then that I had an epiphany. I'll have everyone's marriages delayed.
Huh? That doesn't make sense. What do you even mean by that?
I guess now's the time to let you know that I stole your fiancé. Get it? Your fiancé is mine now. So that means you're back to square one. No wedding, no fiancé, no nothing. I've put you back in your place.
What?
To be honest, I mostly just intended to steal him so he'd call off your engagement. I was planning on dumping him right after that. But he seems like a pretty good guy, so I'm gonna go ahead and marry him. You get your engagement called off, and I'm getting married before anyone else. It's a win-win for me.
Just hold on. Wait a second. You're lying, aren't you? There's no way any of this is true. I mean, my friend stealing my fiancé and marrying him instead? That's so absurd I can't even laugh. There's no way this isn't a joke.
Well, if you think I'm lying, why don't you ask him yourself? Anyway, thanksies for being our little Cupid. Bye-bye.
What's the meaning of this? Are you really going to marry my friend instead of me? You're going to call off our engagement and choose Kimmy over me. What are you trying to do here? What's this all about? Why are you bombarding me with all these messages? Did something happen? You think I'm going to marry your friend? Why? And who the heck is Kimmy anyway? What are you talking about? Kimmy's the woman you're going to jump to next. You decided you wanted to marry her over me, right? I mean, I just got a message from Kimmy herself saying as much. I have no idea what's going on here or anything, but I can say one thing for certain, and it's that I have no plans to marry any other woman than you. Besides, a fiancé breaking up with a woman only to marry her friend instead? It's like something out of a TV drama. Have you been watching too much Netflix? Do you really think I'd do something that horrible to you? Trust me a little more, will you? Huh. Wait, what? What's going on here? Well, I think that's my line here. I know even less about the situation than you do. Then what were those messages Kimmy sent me? Why did she say all that if they weren't true? She said she decided to marry you because her engagement didn't work out, and she wanted to get my wedding canceled. So Kimmy's that weird friend then? And she got her engagement called off? Yeah, I actually messaged her to invite her to our wedding, but I had some really bad timing because that was the same day her fiancé dumped her. And then she started saying all kinds of rude things to me, and we had a bit of an argument before she ended the conversation there. And then, like, a month passed before I heard anything from her, but just now I got some texts announcing she has a new fiancé now. So that's where I come in, huh? She claimed I'm her new fiancé. And she was so confident in herself, too. She literally told me to ask you directly if I didn't believe her, so I was really worried it was the truth. I was panicked, so I came off a little too strongly when I messaged you. Oof, okay. Makes sense. But the reality of the matter is, I am not engaged with that friend and I have no intentions of marrying her. I didn't even know of her existence, and I've never met her before either. Yeah, I'll believe you. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I was practically interrogating you. I don't know what came over me. I just couldn't help but lose my composure. That's okay. I'm just glad we cleared up that misunderstanding. Besides, the one who's actually at fault here is that friend of yours who was spewing out all that nonsense. I can see why you might have gotten confused by her, especially if you considered her a friend. Might want to change that soon, though. She sounds like a real piece of work. Although, I guess it can't be helped if she's not in her right mind either. I don't know how long they were dating, but it must have been a huge shock to get dumped by her fiance like that. It probably broke her brain or something. Stuff like that happens all the time, so let's not mind it too much, okay?
Wait, really? It does?
Yeah, I've seen it happen firsthand. My older sister basically went through the exact same thing. Several years ago, she had gotten engaged with a guy, but he called their engagement off and dumped her. And after that, she started getting seriously mentally unstable. It was scary, honestly. She just about lost it from the shock.
I didn't know that.
It's pretty crazy. And because of all the trauma it caused her, she actually barely remembers anything that happened during that period of time. Like, she remembers the day he dumped her, but hardly anything right after that. She'd do weird things too, like go to the wedding venue they had picked out all by herself. She's fine now. She found a new guy and married him, but back then, things were bad. I remember she commented on the whole thing too, how having your engagement called off with someone you've dated for years is enough to drive anyone mad.
So maybe Kimmy's going through something like that right now.
When something like this happens, it's best to leave them alone. So just forget about her for now. She'll be fine eventually. Give it some time and she'll be right as rain. For now, let's focus on getting our wedding in order. Also, we're going to be having dinner together with our parents soon, right? We need to remember to reserve a nice restaurant.
Oh, right! Gosh, I had totally forgotten about that. It slipped my mind.
So for us, it's just my parents and my sister. Well, for you, I'm assuming your parents and your brother will be coming. If that all sounds good to you, I'll go ahead and put in a reservation.
About that. Could you just make it my parents and leave my brother out of it? I don't think my parents would be happy to see him participating.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I mentioned it before, but my parents and my brother just really do not get along. They're on bad terms with one another. It's to the point where they've basically cut him off. So if we brought him with us, I think my parents will get all upset, calling him a worthless, idiotic son who has no right to be in a place of celebration.
Wow. He must be a real piece of work then. I'll have to leave him out. So I assume this means he's pretty out of the loop? Are you going to keep him in the dark about our marriage?
No. One of these days I was planning on seeing him face to face and telling him about our wedding. My parents have cut him off, but I still keep in touch with him, and we chat every so often. I'm really sorry. My family has a lot of complicated issues. And now I'm having these weird friend issues on top of that.
That's not your fault. You don't need to apologize for any of it. At any rate, I'll omit your brother and reserve us a spot at a nice restaurant, okay? Make sure you tell your parents about the time and place, too. I'll leave that in your hands.
Got it. At long last, I finally got married way before anyone else! So sorry that I stole your fiance. Starting today, he's going to be my husband now. We just registered our marriage, so that makes it official.
Say what?
Back in high school, I was super cute and more popular than anyone else. It's only natural that I'm the first to get married, too. It's like the way of the world. I need to brag about it to everyone, so I'm gonna invite them all to our upcoming wedding. I'll leave it to you to hype everyone up. I'll have you performing like the clown you are, so be sure to provide us with ample entertainment.
Just hold on. Wait a second. Are you serious? You've already registered your marriage?
What? You still haven't asked him about it? Oh, wait! I get it. You're too scared to know the truth, so you just can't bring yourself to ask him. If you do confirm it for yourself, your world's going to crash down around you immediately. It'd mean that he's definitely dumped you.
I did check in with him. But he says he isn't going to marry you, and he's never even met you before. So, Kimmy, who did you even marry then? Or, well, I hate to suggest this, but you aren't just imagining a guy, are you? Like you made up a guy in your head that you married, and somehow you deluded yourself into thinking he was my fiance?
Excuse you. There's no way it's my imagination. I married your very real, very tangible fiance. That means he dumped you.
Seriously, what's the meaning of this? What is even going on? My fiance says he doesn't know who you are, but you're so adamant about the fact you've married him.
Of course I wouldn't lie. Besides, just compare your face to mine. My face is so much more cuter than yours that it's overwhelming. While you're such an uggo, it's only natural that he would choose me over you.
What?
Oh, right! That reminds me. I might as well show you the picture of the house we're going to be living in from now on. After we have our wedding, we're planning on moving in with his parents, so that's a bit of a bummer. But the house is big enough that it won't feel like too much of a problem.
Huh? What is this?
Well, what do you think? It's amazing, isn't it? Not that I would have expected anything less. His parents are realtors. They know what a good house is all about. And oh, what a good house it is! I can't believe I'll get to live in this huge mansion! It's like a dream come true!
Hey, Kimmy. This house is,
Oh, sorry. I got carried away. He did used to be your fiancé, right? So you should already know all about his parents' magnificent home. I really am super duper sorry. I even stole all this from you. But don't worry, I'll live happily in this mansion with him on your behalf. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. Ooh, if you want, I could invite you over though.
but that's my parents' house.
Huh? Wait, what? This mansion belongs to your parents?
I feel like the more I learn about this situation, the less I understand. What is even going on? I don't get this at all. Seriously, who did you marry? And where were you intending to live? Never mind that. Do I need to take you to the hospital? This is getting pretty crazy. I knew that people could lose their minds if their engagement gets called off, but I didn't think you'd break this bad.
Say what? I'm totally over all that. That was so yesterday. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. That's why I'm going to wed your fiancé, Robert. Don't treat me like I'm a crazy woman who's lost her mind for a stupid reason like that. I'm perfectly fine.
Robert? Huh? Just, wait a second. What on earth is going on here? My fiancé is named Eric, not Robert.
Who the hell is Eric?
And what's even worse, that's literally my younger brother's name. Don't tell me you married my brother thinking it was my fiancé.
Huh? What makes you say that? Because I definitely married your fiancé, not your brother. And do you want to know how I know? It's because I saw you two out on a date at a cafe. So I charged in right after you left and stole him from you.
What?
You can't hide it from me. You two were having coffee together at the Sunny Star Cafe. And don't worry, I wasn't stalking you or anything. It was just a huge coincidence that I happened to be there at the same time as you guys. So I immediately went after him and sunk my claws in real fast. I gave him quite the scare, but he quickly got over it and accepted me with open arms. Besides, he was telling me how marrying a cutie like me was a dream come true.
Hey, I'm really sorry to burst your bubble. I know you were on a roll there. But I was having coffee with my brother that day, not my fiancé. I was just letting him know that I'd be getting married soon.
What? But if he was really your brother, there's no way you'd bring him on a date to a cafe. Especially not to talk to him about your wedding. You could do that at home. There's no reason why you had to bring him out just to tell him.
It's complicated. My parents cut him off and chased him out of the house, so I can't just do it there. That's why I had to go out of my way to invite him out.
Huh? Like, he has no relations with your parents anymore?
I see you have no idea about our family's circumstances, huh? You see, Robert has always been the kind of kid who was always up to no good. He was very mischievous and misbehaved all the time. It got to the point that my family finally cut him off entirely. Because of that, he can't even attend my wedding. A little while back, my fiance's family and mine had a joint dinner party, but my parents totally banned him from even stepping foot on the premises. That's how much they don't want to see him.
Say what?
And yet, you two got married? And not only that, but you thought he was my fiance! Oh, that's so icky, the idea makes me want to hurl. This is all literally insane. I don't even know where to begin here. I can barely even process anything.
That's my line! There's no way in hell that my Robert is your brother. He even said that he was your fiance himself! But, I guess it wouldn't hurt to at least ask. Just in case, though. I'm totally not wrong. Not wrong at all. Oh my god, what am I going to do? I can't believe this. Robert really was your brother. He said he took advantage of my misunderstanding to marry me. He's been playing me for a fool since the very beginning.
Huh? Why on earth would Robert intentionally deceive you like this? I didn't think even he was the type to do that. Does that mean he fell in love with you at first sight or something? To the point where he'd want to deceive you if it meant he got to marry you?
No, it's for an even worse reason. He said he wanted to make his parents give up on cutting him off. And he thought that if he got married and started a family or something, that'd mean they'd have to let him back into their lives. Because if he had some good news to bring them, he thought there'd be no doubt they'd welcome it with open arms. That's it. That's the only reason he married me. Not because he loved me or thought I was cute. It was just because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. Ugh, this sucks.
Wow. This is a lot to take in.
I can't believe this is happening. I married him because I thought he was your fiancé. But you're telling me he was your brother, and not only that, but he's totally estranged from your family? And that the truth is, he's an unemployed, no-good, lazy bum? Everything I've ever been told was a lie!
Wait, what? He doesn't have a job? But when I talked to him last time, he told me he was working.
I don't know, but he told me right now that he was unemployed, and that he had just quit his job. And in fact, he's never held a job for more than 6 months before. And it's largely because he always causes too much trouble for his workplaces to keep him around for more than that.
Oh, wow. He's the same as ever, I see. He told me he's finally settled down and started living an honest life, too. But he hasn't changed one bit. He hasn't learned anything.
And he's really quick to try and blame me. When I told him this was a fraudulent marriage, he told me it was my own fault. He admitted that he was wrong for using me, but that I was the one most at fault for misunderstanding this in the first place. And that he had never admitted or denied anything, and that it was my fault for assuming that as fact anyway. And that if anything, I should be grateful to him. Because I got my wish to marry before any of my friends.
I mean, is he wrong, though?
This isn't funny! Literally, what is wrong with your brother? He deceived me and then blamed me for it. And why is he even estranged from his parents anyway? What did he even do to get himself cut off like that?
Well, he was quite the mischievous little rascal. My family's always been pretty well off, so he was spoiled rotten and he took everything for granted. And so things took a dark turn when he got involved with the wrong crowd. And then there was the straw that broke the camel's back. When he was a student, he drove around my dad's beloved car without a license and crashed into a utility pole, completely wrecking it. So of course my dad flew into a rage at that. So he kicked him out of the house, saying he never wanted to see him ever again.
You've got to be kidding me. He's more of a troublemaker than I could have even imagined.
Yeah, so could you pass along a message to Robert for me? That no matter what he does, my family will never let him come back into their lives. And that he should hurry up and work an honest job. That's from my dad, by the way.
What? He won't unban him? This sucks! He's the son of a super wealthy family, and I'm supposed to be their daughter-in-law. So if they just unban him, I thought I'd be able to continue being his wife.
Guess that's not going to work out then. Sorry to hear that. Unfortunately, my parents have always been pretty stubborn. And I can't lie, I'm kinda on their side here. I really don't think I could stand being sisters-in-law. So even if you hold a wedding and really seal the deal, they'll definitely not let you under their roof.
No way! So that means I won't get to live in that big mansion?
Yep, you won't.
What the hell is this? I just wanted to have a happy marriage and a happy wedding. And I wanted to be the first to marry out of anyone else. Was that so wrong of me?
I'll sympathize with you regarding the fact that you got mixed up in my brother's mess. But the fact you literally tried to steal my fiance from me is pretty unbelievable. That's not something I can easily forgive. So you can stop acting like you're completely the victim here.
Excuse you?
Anyway, I gotta go. I'm sure you'll need plenty of time to talk things over as a couple. Good luck! Right after finding out the truth, the two of them divorced. But Kimmy was confident she could find a good man to marry just as quickly as she had found Robert. And she was determined that she could still be the first to marry and be the happiest out of all her friends, living her life with the knowledge that she'll always be safely at the top of the food chain. With that in mind, she started searching desperately for a partner. But unfortunately, I don't know if this was a good or a bad thing, but all of a sudden, the people around us started getting married one after the other. It was like a marriage rush. It was like every day in the WhatsApp group chat, there was someone getting married and starting their new happily wedded life. And of course, Kimmy could hardly tolerate that. She screamed at them, telling them that they're not better than her just because they got married first, and that they're nothing but a group of NPCs who flock to make her look better. She might have just been lashing out due to her insecurities, but it really flew everyone into a rage. Apparently, everyone had been a little bothered by the fact she'd say the occasional condescending remark, but that was the last straw. Just like that, she was booted from the group chat and everyone cut her off. From what I've heard since then, she's been trying every trick in the book to get her hands on a new guy to marry. But she's gotten so desperate, she's actually been blacklisted from a lot of matchmaking parties.